Thuram apparently on the top of Juve's list, but can they make this move work? We have new reports on Paul Pogba from Romeo Agresti and Roma apparently chasing Milik, and a flurry of mercato rumblings and news happening today. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. I'm Alberto. Let's rock. We're going to kick things off with Zakaria. So yesterday, Skira reports that it is all down to the final details, but the deal is set to go through with a loan at 2 million euros, an obligation to purchase at 18 million euros, making it a total of 20 million euros on this move. We are all hoping and fingers crossed that it is in fact an obligation. That is the key here, obligation to purchase, so we can stop going around this carousel with these players that Juve doesn't see as part of the project moving forward. So this Zakaria deal, Juve Monaco, should be finalized at any moment now, and we're just hoping it is in fact obligation. Tutto Sport today reporting that Roma is looking at targeting Arkadiusz Milik from Juventus, and Juve apparently open to a sale at 15 million euros. Number one, the very first thing, I don't even think it's possible to move a player in the same window. We had literally just picked him up, all right, and I don't even think we can move him in this window. So that's the first one that makes me think complete BS on this. The second one that makes me think complete BS on this is the fact that Romeo Agresti has come out and texted me and told me when I asked him about the details on this one, he simply had this to say.
No, bro, that's a completely bullshit.
And there you go. So there's nothing to this rumor about Roma chasing Arkadiusz Milik. Not going to happen. And again, this would be really, really funny from these media outlets if they're in fact posting things that are against actual rules, because I do believe you cannot move a player in the same window you picked him up. Lukaku apparently not going to accept proposals outside of Juve. Pochettino apparently set to decide with Chelsea on Vlahovic this week. Okay, so do not look for this particular rumor to go anywhere. It is going to be continuing on. We had also heard that this thing could be a standoff heading late into the mercato. So again, all eyes on this particular scenario and what's going to happen, and maybe, just maybe, we can get some indications this week. Monza, they keep their hopes of retaining Rovella in a loan alive, all right? However, currently he is not on the transfer list for Juventus. We know where he stands right now. He is injured with an adductor injury, looking to get back right around the start of the season. So we're going to have to wait and see. And nobody really knows if he is in fact a lock to be on this roster for the 23-24 season. Most of us are all expecting it, but we still don't actually know, and the midfield has a ton of questions for Juventus. Soule has 3 teams interested. That is Frosinone, Salernitana, Verona. All right, his agent is in Italy. His agent has also confirmed and insinuated that a move is going to be happening. All right, so look for Soule to join one of those clubs. Thuram. This is the news that gets all Juventini excited. They were excited when his name was linked to us several days ago, and now all of a sudden we are hearing he is high on Juve's list. We are also getting other reports saying that Pellegrini and a fee of 10 million euros could be what's offered up to try and bring Thuram to Turin. Now, does that sound too good to be true? It should, because Skira reports that it's going to be around a 40 million euro price tag set on Thuram. All right, does that mean that it's just over? We can't make it happen? Well, we do have to get selling. Okay, now McKennie's future is crucial, all right? So Skira reports that Bournemouth is back in the mix for Mckennie. If we can find a move somewhere close to the valuation Juve has set, then Skira reports that could help for a midfielder and a wingback for Juventus. So if we make a move on Mckennie, we could potentially bump up the price with a player like Pellegrini to try and find a move here, okay, for the player. So it's not completely out of the question, but it's got to be a lot better than Pellegrini and 10 million euros. However, these are interested in Pellegrini. And the latest reports with Pellegrini and Lazio are that Juve and Lazio still are very, very far apart, and it's not looking like it's going to happen. There's also issues between Lazio and the player, because now all of a sudden the player is not willing to sacrifice some salary. So again, everything is up in the air. We'll see, but Thuram would be a fantastic addition, but I still think it's going to be a tough one for Juve to pull. Basically all comes down to the same thing though: sell, sell, sell. Let's get the sell in Juve. Come on, ramp it up. Last, definitely not least, Romeo Agresti gives us a report on Paul Pogba, and it is contrary to what we have been hearing. All right, so he is going through an individual program. All right, he is doing partial group training with the team. The intensity has been ramped up, all right, in order to shorten that time that they're waiting for Paul Pogba's return, and so far, so good. Romeo Agresti reports there are no new injuries with Paul Pogba, all right? So, fingers crossed, right now, we could potentially be looking at middle of September or mid to late September for Paul Pogba's return, as long as all continues on this path. All right, so there you have it. That is the latest flurry of news surrounding Juventus this morning. All right, you guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, but let me know what you think about all the news you heard today. Okay, your questions, comments, thoughts, opinions, fire away, and let's mix it up. And I'll be back tomorrow with another daily update video. All right, until then, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juve, ciao tutti.